Was the Haryana election rigged? For a party like Congress to entirely reject the result of an election is a very big deal.
तंत्र की जीत है और लोकतंत्र की हार है, हम इसे स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते.
This shocking claim by Congress came after a shocking defeat of the party in Haryana election, after expecting a sure shot victory.
It was a shocker where the party said that we don't accept this election result.
Well, if people don't get shocked at the way things are being done in the name of an election, in the name of accounting, then why are people shocked when we point out these anomalies?
The entire premise of Congress's rejection is the fact that some EVMs in several constituencies had 99% battery after a whole day of polling.
99% battery on the day of the counting after a machine has been through the polling day, entire polling day, is not possible, it's not natural.
So, can an EVM have 99% battery after being used all day? Is there any legitimacy to Congress's claims? A delegation of the Congress party on Wednesday met the Election Commission to allege that EVMs had 99% battery in at least 7 constituencies and that such claims are coming from at least 13 more seats. In its letter, the Congress provided a list of constituencies in which agents raised claims over batteries and that no action was taken by the returning officer. The party also detailed how its Narnaul candidate Narendra Singh has provided numbers of EVMs and what battery percentage they had in which round of counting. In its response to the allegations in Narnaul, the nodal officer explained the technicalities of the batteries used in the EVMs and said that the battery percentage being 99% is not a malfunction or a sign of tampering. The Congress further alleged that at several polling booths, many EC officials were assisted by BJP workers. Dadri Congress candidate Manisha Sangwan wrote to the Election Commission alleging the presence of an unsigned EVM in her constituency and over 600 postal ballots being declared invalid following alleged pressure by BJP candidate Sunil Sangwan, who won the seat by over 2,300 votes. In Loharu, Congress's winning candidate Rajbir Fartia alleged a delay in being issued the winning certificate. Now, while the Election Commission has condemned claims by Jairam Ramesh and Pawan Kheda, it has assured the Congress that it will look into these concerns raised. But while they do that, the Quint's political editor Aditya Menon has analyzed some patterns in what may actually have spoiled the Congress's game in the state. Number 1, possibility of tactical understanding between the BJP and the INLD-led alliance. This is particularly clear in the segments that fall in the Sirsa Lok Sabha seat. For example, in Sirsa Assembly segment, the BJP withdrew its candidate and announced support for Gopal Kanda of the Haryana Lokhit Party, a pre-poll ally of the INLD and BSP. However, it wasn't just about one seat. Compared to the Lok Sabha elections, BJP's vote share completely collapsed in 3 assembly constituencies, Dabwali, Ratia and Ellanabad. In fact, 82% BJP Lok Sabha voters in Dabwali, 72% in Ellanabad and 65% in Ratia voted for a different party in the assembly elections. Data shows that these votes did not go to the Congress but were transferred to the INLD-led alliance. Number 2, rebels harmed Congress, but there's a twist. Congress lost a number of seats due to rebel candidates, Uchna Kalan, Kalka, Bhadra and Gohana. In many seats, the rebels got more votes than the Congress, like in Pundri, Ambala Cantonment, Ballabgarh and Bahadurgarh. Number 3, Congress's votes dropped between Lok Sabha and Assembly polls. In the Lok Sabha elections, the Congress was leading 46 out of 90 seats in Haryana. In as many as 36 constituencies, Congress's total votes fell by over 10,000 compared to the Lok Sabha elections. In 18 seats, the Congress's fall was over 20,000 votes. This is huge, especially as the overall number of votes cast actually went up in the assembly polls compared to the Lok Sabha polls. All this data is collated in a detailed story on the Quint's website by Aditya Menon. In another detailed piece, Dipanshu Mohan and Ankur Singh have analyzed using detailed graphs how the victory margin in so many seats was extremely narrow despite the Congress's vote share having seen an 11% rise compared to 2019. But coming back to the previous question, was the Haryana election rigged? Or let's reframe it. Despite several of the other factors, did anomalies in handling of polling booths and EVMs in several constituencies change the result of the elections? That is something that the Election Commission must definitely provide a satisfactory explanation for.
What is the kind of response that the Election Commission has given to the complaint?
Well, they've given us an assurance, but assurances this time, I'm sorry, won't be enough. We'll need something more concrete than assurance.
Sir, would the party plan any legal proceedings after the Election Commission?
That's an internal thing which we are discussing. Let's see what are the next steps.